Hey guys, welcome back. Joe here again, scalefreak.com, coming to bring you a quickie review on a product, honestly, I never thought I would actually be reviewing. Not because the product isn't amazing, but because I thought, you know, it's probably not something that the scale guys would be using as often as the race guys would. But again, the race guys would also need a product like this too. What I'm talking about is this little bad boy right here. This is the Protoform Better Edge Sanding Block System for RC bodies, like it says. Everything I've seen for this before basically says it's going to help you kind of edge up your shells and stuff like that. When you're doing a lot of racing, on-road racing, you know, it makes a bit of a difference because if you don't have a nice smooth edge, you could be cutting your tires. You also could be tucking your bodies, which of course will cost you a lot of speed. If you've raced on-road, you know what I'm talking about. Now for scale stuff, and I was like, you know what, this was here, I thought I'd use it, I want to try it out, just to kind of edge up my lines a little bit. Right now, I'm actually cutting out, or trimming up my next body, which is the JK shell from Axial. I've got with the roof, the windshield, and of course the shell itself. Now, typically, the way that I trim my bodies is using the hobby knife, doing the score and tear method. But of course, depending on how deep you score, or how sharp your blade is, or how many edges and corners you have to go around, score and tear does not always necessarily make it as smooth as you'd like it to be. I was also doing it in a low light situation, so I don't think I hit all the lines correctly. So that's, of course, when your Lexan scissors also come in handy to try to get your trims down. Now again, of course, something like this, you can, if you're doing a lot of cornering and stuff like that, you can leave some burrs, you can miss the lines. It doesn't make it as even as you'd like it to be. So I thought, you know what, I want to try this little bad boy out here. It is the Protoform part number 6108-00. And I thought, I want to try this. I mean, I understand it's a sanding block, but let's see what's up. So first, of course, I did go to the top of the roof, and I didn't exactly hit the lines as nice as I'd like it to. So, of course, being that this is a flatter surface, and actually around the edges, I kind of really butchered them. I just used, again, the flat surface area, right? And it's just a matter of holding it on there and back and forth. And I know it doesn't seem like much. It's a sanding block, but basically what I'm doing is it's just going to take the high points off the edge of the body or any burrs that I have and try to even it out as much as possible. And of course, when I get to the corner, I can round it out a little bit if I want to as well. And, you know, being an RC body, these get sharp. Just kind of take the edge off, right? Now, of course, when I get to a bend in the body, now look, I have angles to use now. And these are actually really good angles, right? So for example, here on the front of the windshield, I'll just kind of get in there a little bit like that. It's about the same angle, helps me get that thing bored out. And next thing you know, any mistakes that I made on the edges and in the corners, because again, across the corners, just run over the side that way. You will get as smooth of corners as you can, which when it comes to body fitment, if you're looking for as perfect as a body fitment as you can, you really need to take care of that, right? So next I went on to the windshield, and the windshield I 100% butchered because, again, I was trying to be in a rush, and I was like, oh, I got to go back and trim all this. And I thought, you know what, I'll just use this again. So again, top of the windshield is flat. I'm just able to get through and take off any extra burrs. But also, because originally when I did it, if I ran my finger along here, I could actually feel how it was all bumpy because this is really thick, so the scissors weren't a good cut. So I literally went through with this a few times and smoothed everything out, gave myself as true of an edge as I can. Now, of course, I did go to the side, both sides, but then, of course, going into here, again, use the angle. I literally just used the one that was the best angle that I could and just spun it out like that and made it as clear and smooth of a radius as I could. Simple enough. It doesn't take a lot off, just enough that you could probably have to sit here a while if you're looking for the perfect fit, but you don't have to go back and start chopping with your scissors. And of course, heading into the actual large part of the body itself, this one here, the score and tear worked mostly for, but I still had to smooth some things out again, the flat spots. But then heading into all the little areas within the wheels where you get those fenders mounted on, I had to use the little small guy because that one fit into all the edges that I was having a hard time getting the score and tear to work around. So again, just hold it there, pivot it back and forth, and get the angles that you need. And then, of course, the larger ones, just get in there and smooth the high ends off of them. And then with the sides. Really, instead of having to go back with this bad boy here and maybe even make more of a mess, maybe even cut too deep, or to go with this guy here and just try to shave off a little bit, because I don't have the greatest success with knives. I tend to cut myself. I was able to grab the block and go through, and very quickly, I bet you it took me maybe about 7 or 8 minutes to undo any really crappy trimming or cutting that I did just with the edge of the block, just chick, 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 chick. I was able to give myself a smoother, better fitting edge. So when it comes time after I'm done painting, after I have to mount it onto everything, it will have a more successful fit for the end. So guys, go check it out. It's on the Protoform website. Again, there's the part number, 6108-00. These things don't cost very much, and you know what? It comes with a spare sand belt too, so it's going to last you a long time. Neat tool to have in the box. All right, guys, thanks again for checking out the channel. As always, comment below, what are you using? Of course, click the like, click the subscribe, and please, please, please share this throughout your community. All right, guys, have a great afternoon, and thanks for watching.